Well, it looks like we got even more bad news for good old Square Enix, a company that I love, that you love, that we all loved growing up, that has given us some of the best IPs that we have ever experienced in video games. Well, unfortunately, it looks like they have taken yet another massive hit. We have a headline here from That Park Place that reads, former Sweet Baby Inc.'s client, Square Enix, takes a $350 million hit in value as their stock continues to plummet.
Put a ticket in and make your name gay!
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that we've seen coming from a mile away. All the news surrounding Square Enix has not been good. There has been a multitude of different losses that they have experienced over the last year or so, and all of this is due to the fact that they decided to not only partner with Sweet Baby Inc., but they also decided to pander to Western audiences in general, which has resulted in massive money being lost at a time where they should be doing anything but that. They should be doing exactly what made people fall in love with Square Enix and their properties in the first place. But instead, they decided to listen to absolute losers who have no idea what people actually want and are just trying to use them for a payday. So let's get into this article, guys, from That Park Place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says, editor's note, this article is intended for informational purposes only. It is not meant to be taken as financial advice regarding Square Enix stock. Don't worry, we won't. Square Enix shareholders, and to keep in mind, pretty much nobody is, because nobody's really investing in Square Enix anymore. Shareholders received a rude awakening Monday as the video game company behind Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts saw a 10-point dip in the Japanese market. This equates to a market capitalization loss that measures in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, quite unfortunate, but people are waking up, and the shareholders are, in fact, waking up. You guys got to understand that a lot of the shareholders are not just corporate entities like ESG, like BlackRock and Vanguard. Like, they're not, most of the investors are not just that. A lot of the investors are everyday people or people that have some money to blow, and they want to invest in corporations, so they decide to invest in something they think is a good corporation like Square Enix. They don't realize that the culture war is a real thing. They don't realize a lot of what's happening in the gaming space. It's unfortunate, but it's true. I highly recommend that if you're going to invest in video games, you really should pay attention to the culture surrounding the companies you're investing in, because it's a big thing now. It's a big thing always, but it's even bigger now. People have the ability to find out information pretty easily, and I think it's ridiculous that the shareholders don't actually have that information before they invest in the company, and then they find out later down the line what happened with their money, and then they want to get upset about it. The drop came in the wake of Square Enix financial report that actually offered some good news to investors. The company saw $136 million in profits over a 6-month period ending in September of 2024. This represents a year-over-year increase of 22%. However, several worrisome figures seemingly caused enough unease for the stock to still take a hefty hit. Despite the increase over that 6-month period, operating profits had been on the heavy decline throughout all of 2024. Most notably, Square Enix found himself 27% down in Q3 of 2024. Premium game sales are also down this year, which could have pushed investors to sell. Square started November with a valuation of $4.68 billion. This number was based on the company's outstanding shares and the Square Enix stock price. However, it has since lost up to $350 million in value. So again, ladies and gentlemen, is Square Enix going to go under for this? No, obviously not. But the thing is, if they keep fucking around, they're going to find out. It's only a matter of time. I do not believe that Square Enix is too big to fail, even though they have some amazing, IPs that people would absolutely love to buy. I'm sure there's companies out there that will love to buy and own Final Fantasy and own other games like Kingdom Hearts and whatnot and be able to sell them under their own flag. Of course, they would love to own those IPs. But is Square Enix going to go anywhere anytime soon? Probably not. But that doesn't change the fact that this is, in fact, a massive hit. $350 million to your valuation is not a small number. That is a huge hit to take. And considering they've been taking L after L after L, I highly implore them to turn this ship around, right? Final Fantasy 14 is only going to subsidize you for so long, and it's not going to be enough anymore. If you keep losing this much money per project, it's going to get ugly for you. These guys don't even, I don't even think they realize this. They really got to stop listening to these Western losers that are trying to tell them to do what they want them to do with their games when nobody's asking for this, right? There's not a single gamer out there that plays Square Enix games that's asking for any of this nonsense that SBI is known to be putting into games. Then it says that Square Enix was a notable client of Kim Belair's Sweet Baby Inc. This narrative design company contracts with gaming studios to consult on story elements, often injecting DEI into their narrative. The company appeared prominently on SBI's website, though recently Square Enix vanished from the list entirely. Well, to be fair, there is no list anymore. Sweet Baby Inc. has decided to hide their involvement with all their partners. So a company that is trying to say they do nothing, a company that is trying to say that they're just better for the overall industry, is so better that they decide to not be transparent and tell you who they're working with. They don't want you to know who they're working with. They want to go back in the shadows. They want you to find out when it's too late. They want you to find out when the credits roll, because at that point, then you can't refund the game, right? Most likely, you can't refund the game. The only thing you can do is trade it in if you bought it physically. It's a scummy business practice, and it's something that they are starting to utilize to their advantage. But thankfully, to the internet and people around, we are getting this information before the games come out, and we are still able to relay it to you so that way you know what you're getting into when you decide to purchase these games, or if you choose not to purchase these games. But at the very least, we do have the most recent list before they decided to, hide all of it, which showcases all of the companies they worked for, some of which are so damn obvious, like EA, for example, Square Enix, we already knew, Ubisoft, 2K, Rocksteady, Compulsion Games, all this stuff. We already know Compulsion Games South of Midnight is coming out soon, thanks to Booty Adams going all the way to Canada to get us free code. We already know this game's going to be coming out, and it doesn't matter if they hide it. We know this information already. While there's no definitive list of Sweet Baby Inc.'s influence on Square, many point to censorship actions taken by the company in recent years, like restricting the size of Tifa's chest in Final Fantasy VII as proof of the narrative firm's involvement. Sweet Baby Inc. wasn't the only narrative design firm Square worked with. It also contracted Black Girl Gamers to work on noted flop Forspoken. Square Enix representative director Yasuke Matsuda even admitted that sales for Forspoken were weak all the way back in February of 2023. Now, again, why would you want to contract Black Girl Gamers to consult on your video game is beyond me. Square Enix has been known for making some lovable black characters before in the past that are very genuine and very heartfelt, and I don't understand why they suddenly felt the need to hire Black Girl Gamers in order to make this character in Forspoken. It was the dumbest thing they ever could have done, and all they got was an insufferable, stereotypical Western woman as their main character. And you really thought that that's what we wanted? You really thought that that's what your clients wanted, your gamers? You really thought that's what we wanted? It's insane. It's insane to me. It really is, because if anybody with a brain can sit there and realize that the character in Forspoken is so damn insufferable that not even shills of DEI could sit around and play the game long enough for them to experience it all the way to the end. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.